After a summer full of economic levers in a busy signing market, Barcelona spent €188 million to reinforce the squad, and the championship began with a desire to win the league title. Xavi Hernández's team started the season with a disappointing draw without goals against Rayo Vallecano at home and achieved their first triumph after scoring 1-4 at Real Sociedad in San Sebastian. Isaac equalized Lewandowski's goal in the first minute, but a great goal from Dembélé, another from the Polish striker, and a goal from Ansu Fati gave Barça the first 3 points. On the third day, the Azulgranas got rid of Valladolid 4-0 with another double from Lewandowski and traveled to Sanchez Pizjuan to get another win in a row. Rafinha and Lewandowski scored Sevilla in the first half, while Eric Garcia's goal established the final 0-3. After winning 0-4 to Cadiz and 3-0 to Elche, the Culés reached the lead after beating Mallorca with a goal from Lewandowski and remained at the top after defeating Celta thanks to another triumph by the minimum. The Culés reached the Clásico with 1 foot out of the Champions League and culminated a week to oblivion at the Santiago Bernabéu. Benzema opened the Madridista account in the 12th minute, and Valverde put the 2-0 with a powerful right before the break. At the end, Ferran Torres managed to cut distances, but a penalty committed by Eric Garcia on Rodrigo made the Brazilian culminate the white victory by 3-1. Barça recovered from defeat with 2 comfortable wins at home, 3-0 at Villarreal and 4-0 against Athletic Bilbao, and fit their early elimination from the Champions League with a balsamic triumph at Mestalla. The duel seemed destined to end without goals, but a goal from Lewandowski in the 93rd minute gave the Culés 3 points of gold to put themselves at just 1 point from the leader. The match against Almeria served to honor Gerard Piqué in his last match with the Azulgrana shirt, and for the Culé to take an important 2-0 victory. Dembélé and Frenkie de Jong's goals and the unexpected defeat of Real Madrid in Vallecas put Barça at the top of the championship. With the World Cup on hold, Xavi's team visited the Sadar and began losing with a goal from David Garcia. Barcelona had to overcome Lewandowski's expulsion half an hour into the game and had to risk going for the triumph. Pedri managed the draw as soon as the second half began, and 5 minutes into the final, Rafinha took advantage of de Jong's great pass to score the comeback goal. Barça returned to the domestic competition with 2 points of advantage and restarted the league on Noche Vieja Day against the Spanish Real Club Deportivo. With the early goal of Marcos Alonso, a comfortable Azulgrana triumph was expected, but with a penalty in the 70th minute, José Le put the tables again. The locals were able to score the winning goal in the final minutes, but Barça left with 2 points that brought Madrid closer to the leadership. FC Barcelona began 2023 with the release of the sanctioned Lewandowski and visiting the Atlético de Madrid stadium in a duel of struggle and sacrifice that would be decided with a goal from Dembélé at 22 minutes. The Rojiblancos sought the draw during the rest of the match, but Ter Stegen's great interventions and a miraculous departure from Araujo in the last breath ended up giving another vital victory to Barça. After winning the title of the Spanish Super Cup in Arabia, the Culés chained another 2 wins for 1-0 against Getafe and Girona with Pedri as a scorer, proclaiming themselves winter champions and expanding their difference with Madrid to 5 points apart. Xavi's men put the lead towards the league title after defeating Betis 1-2 in the Benito Villamarín and gave another blow to the championship after winning 3-0 against Sevilla, expanding their income to 8 points of advantage. On day 21, Pedri gave another important victory for the minimum to Barça and Villarreal, and a week later the Culés defeated Alcádiz 2-0 to chain their 7th win in a row. Barça had to overcome the elimination of Europa League in an unexpected 1-0 defeat in Almeria, but a week later they managed to take advantage of Real Madrid's stumbles to reach the classic 9 points above. 2 goals from Rafinha served to get the 3 points in the victories against Valencia and Athletic Club Bilbao, with which the Culés had the possibility of sentencing the championship at home. The Culé team had the first chances, but it was Real Madrid who got ahead after a fortunate center from Niguez that Araujo deflected inside the goal. Barça continued to dominate and look for the goal, and almost at the end of the break, Sergi Roberto managed to equalize the score. In the second half, both teams went for the victory, and Madrid improved with the changes. 10 minutes into the final, Marco Asensio scored the goal that put the Whites in the fight for the league, but after a long analysis of the play, Barça annulled the goal offside. In the added time, and with the Madridistas turned on the attack, Barça put together a dangerous counterattack and scored the goal of the subsequent victory that sentenced the championship. The Culés won 2-1 in the last half, and with 12 days to play, they were 12 points apart from the white team. On the next day, Lewandowski recovered his goal in the 4-0 of Barça in the Martínez Valero, but could not score in the next two stumbles of his team. The Catalans chained 2 draws to 0 in a row against Girona and Getafe, and had to give another blow to the championship against their fans. Atletico Madrid had 14 days without losing in the league, and appeared in the Spotify Cup now with 13 points from the leader and wanting to cheer up the championship. As soon as the clash began, Griezmann sent a left kick to the crossbar, and minutes later, the Frenchman forced Ter Stegen to make a stop. The Rojiblancos were doing better than the locals, but a minute from the break, Rafinha connected with Varane to open the score. Barça could improve in the second half and could increase their income with several goals. The stops of Oblak and the unsuccessful Azulgrana prevented the score from moving, although Barça eliminated a direct rival for the title and headed for Llerona. 2 days later, Real Madrid left the championship after losing in Girona, and the next day, a relaxed Barça fell in Vallecas by 2-1. The Culés maintained a 9-point income after scoring 4-0 to Betis at Camp Nou. The game was put face-to-face for the Catalans with the expulsion of Edgar, and after the goals of Christensen, Lewandowski, Rafinha, and Guido in their own goal, we were able to witness the debut of the young and precocious Lamine Yamal. On day 33, Osasuna also stayed with 10 in his visit to Barcelona, although this time to Barça, it was difficult for him to open the score. The Culés took advantage of occasions throughout the match until a goal from Jordi Alba gave Barça victory in the 85th minute. The victory of the Culés put Barcelona 13 points ahead and prompted the Azulgrana team to be able to proclaim themselves champions the next day. On May 14, 2023, FC Barcelona visited the field of the Real Club Deportivo Español, willing to sentence the championship. Xavi's team went out for the victory from minute 1, and on 11, Lewandowski pushed the ball to the mesh after a great center from Valdez. The side of Barça would make the second shortly after, and the Polish striker expanded the income after another great service from Rafinha from the right wing. Koundé made the 0-4 at the start of the second half, and with a wounded Spaniard, the Pericos scored 2 goals that allowed them to reduce the disadvantage. FC Barcelona took the victory by 2-4, and with the final whistle of the referee, became the new league champion. The Culés conquered the regularity tournament after 4 years of waiting and eagerly celebrated their 27th league title. Despite the relaxation of the last days, Barça proved to be the best team in the championship, and legends like Piqué, Busquets, or Jordi Alba were able to say goodbye to everything high. In his first season in Spain, Lewandowski proclaimed himself the top scorer in the league with 23 goals, and with an almost unstoppable defense and an outstanding Ter Stegen, the German achieved the first Segura trophy of his career. With only 70 goals in favor and 20 against, the Culés started their victory in the defensive order, achieving 16-0 and conquering 2 national titles that confirmed Xavi as the leader of Barça in the new era.